Prestige Wealth Management and KCMN Radio present an interview with investor coaches Jeff Mathies and Nick Naseman. Catch us every Wednesday between 12 and 1 on KCMN Radio Southern Colorado or on the web. And now, here they are.
And we have with us today our Ask the Pros series. We have Nick and Jeff from Prestige Wealth Management. How are you guys today?
Very good.
Very good.
Good to hear. So, well, it's been a little bit of an interesting ride out there in the stock market for the last couple of weeks, hasn't it?
I tell you what, if you like roller coasters, the stock market's the place to be right now.
So, what is your specialty? What do you guys, obviously wealth management, but how do you go about doing that? What is your specific? What is the difference between you guys?
I guess our specialty would be we focus on the things that I think a lot of people have forgotten about. We go back to the basics with our clients and really try to break down exactly how the market works to find a good blend of things. We try to look for what the client is interested in. A lot of times what we're finding is people are they make decisions off of two things, fear and greed. And when you factor the media into what's happening in the world today, it just seems like everybody is terrified right now.
Right.
And depending on how your broker or advisor is managing your money, maybe you should be.
Exactly.
I tell you, the big thing I think that we focus on is modern portfolio theory. We are not big believers in market timing, track record investing, or stock picking, because we've seen every statistical fact that shows those things do not work. People get in trouble with them, and the reality is there is nobody out there who can successfully time the market and pick the right stocks and predict the future. It just doesn't exist.
What exactly is modern portfolio theory? When you talk about that, what are you talking about?
That was developed by Markowitz, and that is the philosophy that all of the known information is already factored into the price of a stock.
Okay.
So you can't go in and pick a stock that somebody else doesn't know the correct value of.
Right.
So it's basically free market theory, and
unless you have insider information, there's nothing you can do.
Which is illegal.
Exactly. Supposedly illegal.
So yeah.
I think it's amazing how much insider information people seem to have anyway, though.
That's true.
So, okay, so it's, you factor in all of the, I think that's true anyway, all the factors already are in there. That's why the market sort of corrects before it really corrects. A lot of times you'll see things happen. So when you invest for your clients, obviously you're going to talk to them and find out where they're at in their lives, what kind of stuff they're interested in, and
yeah, what we have to learn a lot about the clients. It seems so often when we talk to our clients and they're telling us about how they're currently structured, it seems like the advisor they currently have is so quick to rush into solutions about things that the clients don't even really have a problem with.
Right.
And what ends up happening is they get sold a product or some sort of a pitch, and there's just not enough questions being asked. The difference between a stockbroker and us, I would say, is we are an RIA firm. We are not stockbrokers. So the big difference is we are fiduciary investment advisors, and we really want to dig into our clients' lives to find out what is it that you're truly looking for, what's going to help you sleep well, what can we do to make your overall picture a better scenario, given the factors that the market is going to fluctuate. There's going to be good times and bad times, and you have to be able to handle both, because even if you go back to 1973, and Nick and I have done a tremendous amount of research on this, 1973 and 1974 were horrible times to be in the stock market. It was a bad deal.
Right.
And if people would have gotten out of the market at the end or even halfway through 74, they would have missed out on 10 to 12 years of incredible returns.
Oh, yeah.
So it's all about diversification and allocation. You have to be set up. You have to be set up correctly, and that's one of the things we focus on. We want to make sure that's done.
Yeah. So you said something RIA.
Yep.
What exactly is that?
An RIA is a registered investment advisor.
Okay.
It's a fiduciary license, which really sets us apart from stockbrokers. We do not charge or earn commissions off of sales. People pay us a fee. We are fee-based advisors only. And to note that a little bit, I guess the big difference is if you look at your statement and you just sold a whole bunch of stuff because the market just crashed and that was the recommendation, look at how many transaction charges you are facing. And then think about when the market's going up and the recommendation is to buy all of these things. Look at all of the transaction
Right.
charges on the statements. It's incredible how much money the brokerage community makes, whether the market's going up or
Right.
the market's
They
going
make money
down.
anyway because they don't. They don't. It doesn't matter if it goes up or down. They get charged by just the transaction, obviously.
Activity.
That's ridiculous. So churning, they get money for churning your account. All they have to do is convince you to do that.
That's right.
Which, I mean, I don't think that ever really works. I mean, churning around, jumping from stock to stock. I mean, you're gonna get lucky a few times, but you're gonna get burned as well. I mean, it's just the way it is.
Yeah, the way we're structured, we don't have any buy-sell commission fees anywhere.
That's great.
Normal fees about $7. You don't see that here.
Yeah, and that's a great thing. And I also think all these things you can do it on your own with Scott Trade and all. Like, that's not investing. That's gambling. I mean, for most people, they don't possess the information necessary. They heard some guy said this was going to be good. It's going up because of this. They get a bunch of junk information and then they start investing for themselves. I just think that makes no sense in a market like this. You need professionals doing it for you.
Right. It's all water cooler speculation.
Exactly.
And,
and that always works. That's always the
if you
truth,
want to
isn't
take
it?
stock tips from your broker, or I mean from your barber,
Yeah.
and you get what you get.
That's right. Exactly. What do you guys think about gold? Is it ever going to go down? I mean,
Well, here's the deal. If you're trying to buy into gold right now, I would have to say you're probably asking for trouble. We sold out of our gold positions about a month ago,
Mm-hmm.
just because we know that we're hitting maximum RPM right now. The
Oh, yeah.
market just took a tumble. Things got cheap, and we're seeing a lot of the bigger advisors start to move into things that are less expensive than gold. So I
Right.
think over the coming months, and I don't know when this is going to happen, but I don't know that we're going to see a lot more influx of gold. A good friend of ours who's on Fox Business, CNBC a lot, he told us the other day, we were having a conversation. He said, guys, I wanted to tell you about gold. He said, gold is great for jewelry, but horrible for your portfolio
That's
at this point in time.
well, I mean, people invest in gold because they think it's the safest investment. I mean, but at some point, it's not safe anymore when it's at whatever it is, 1,600 or whatever it is.
Right.
I mean, it's just a lot of money.
And if you look at history, any time we've had a debt run up, it's really strange how the gold runs up with it. It's almost like somewhere behind the curtain, gold is being increased based on the debt, so the U.S. dollar doesn't look so bad.
That's right.
So
That's a good
We'll
point.
see if we have an inverse relationship to that in the next year.
Here
or so.
shortly, yeah. So, okay, if people want to get in touch with you, what is obviously we have you on our website on the Ask the Pros section, and it's Prestige Wealth Management. How do they get in touch with you? Other than that, where are you located? What's your phone number? All that stuff.
We're located at the south end of Colorado Springs, at 2860 South Circle Drive, Suite 320.
Okay.
It's 3 buildings back from the big University of Phoenix building.
Okay.
And you can talk to Nick and I by calling 434-3900. If you have any questions, we'd love to talk to you.
Sure. And if you want to find out about investment strategies and all that stuff, I mean, I like the fact that you're not commission based because those people always make me nervous. They just make me nervous. But there's so many that do that. So.
Yeah, and honestly, a lot of the folks, just to wrap up that do-it-yourselfer comment you made earlier, I had a gentleman in my office last week had $1.5 million, and the trades he was making himself, even as a do-it-yourselfer using no-load type of programs, were costing him more money than if he had a professional RIA doing it. Just off of easy analysis, we were able to show that we could save him easily 50 to 65% of what he's paying.
Jeez.
And that's an account that he's trading himself.
Yeah. So you're really not. It's no bargain.
No.
I mean, it's really no bargain. Everyone thinks, well, $7 trades. It's I'm going to save money over what my investment advisor will do, but it's not true, obviously.
That's right.
So, and plus, like you said, who has the time to obtain the knowledge necessary to do it properly? I don't know. I don't have the time to do it, nor would I ever want to. I'd rather pay someone a fee to do it for me and let obviously at different points in your life you have different structures for what you want. What do you recommend? We have a lot of I'd say older people, 40 and over, on our show. What kind of investment advice obviously it's not advice, we're just talking in general terms.
Sure.
That's what is a typical a typical investment advice for someone in that age range.
Okay. Here's what would happen. We would want to find out, what does your pension future look like? If you don't have a job where you're earning a pension, then we need to focus on making sure we hit a certain dollar amount by the time you want to retire, so we can then convert into an income stream or an income plan of some kind to make sure you don't ever run out of money, and then the market fluctuations won't matter.
Right.
If you do have a pension coming, then we need to know approximately how much it is. And what we do for our clients is we create something called a sequential income planning program. And it just sets it up to where we know at a certain point in time, we guarantee you're going to have X amount of dollars coming in for income, and then the amount you actually have invested in long positions is going to be set for overflow in case of emergencies, or
Sure.
you want to take trips around the world or whatever it may be. You've got to guarantee that future income rate, because especially with a 40-year-old, because we don't know what Social Security is going to look like in the future. We don't
I'm not
know,
optimistic, I'll tell you that.
I'm not either. We don't know what the financial world going forward is going to look like. So
No.
we have to factor that into the ratio we create for income.
Absolutely, yes. I mean, I don't think I'm not relying on Social Security at all. I don't think, you know. Well, it's obviously underfunded by so much money right now. I mean, I don't see how they're going to fix it. It's like everything else.
The other issue is, and Nick may be able to weigh in on this, what they're talking about. Nick's a retired Air Force major. So when we look at what is happening with the military, if anybody's been watching the news right now about what they're talking about doing to our 20-year plus military retirees, it is a monstrous change from what they're used to.
What are they? That's ridiculous. My dad retired as a lieutenant colonel from the Marine Corps, and obviously he's been relying on his retirement pay for quite a while. But there's a lot of sacrifice that goes into that. You know, there's a lot of sacrifice. 3 tours in Vietnam and things like that. I think you deserve that. That's at least my opinion. You know, that just seems like such a small portion of all of the stuff going on in the government anyway. So pick on someone else. That's what I think on that stuff. So 571-9975, bargainradionetwork.com. We're here with Jeff and Nick from Prestige Wealth Management. If you have any questions, you're welcome to call in. If you need to get in touch with them, you can call us, and we will get you in touch with them. They are on the Ask the Pros website there if you're interested in someone who has a fiduciary responsibility to you, not to their company, to make money. So that's an important distinction these days, I think. So, all right. Well, guys, thanks for coming in. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
So we're going to talk about something else next week. We'll come up with some different stuff. It's a good time to find someone to manage your money. The pros need to be doing it right now, because amateurs aren't getting killed. So, all right, we're going to take a break, and we'll be back in just a couple minutes. Thanks for listening.